All right, I wanted to do a separate video for the contract chart because I really want you to look at this as um, separate from the price chart once you know what strike you want to look at. All right, so we mark the key levels on here the same as all the other levels. Key levels are 2-hour high, 2-hour low, midpoint. Then we added the guidelines, the upper and lower median. Okay, so our goal is to get at least 2 levels for every $1 we risk. We want to get $2 back for every $1 we risk, and we know that that should keep us in the game and eventually make us profitable. So we know at 11:30 we're right here, right? So you had 2 hours straight of buying, and then this was a rejection. Buyers were rejected at 365. So we know that we closed right here. Where was the close? The close was at 304. All right, so we know we're at 304. We can either move to 365 or we can move down to 289. We do not know what's going to happen once we get to either of those levels. Price can push through, it could tap and go the other way. We don't know. So that's why we wait for 12:30 to see where the close will be. All right. So at 12:30, we got this seller close right here, right? Right? And we love this. We love to lead the seller. That's what we like to do. Yes, we can lead the buyer, but when you lead the buyer, you have to wait until it taps the level below. We want to make sure that liquidity is already taken before we lead the buyer, because um, after a buyer comes in, you don't know if it's going to move for discount or not. Just like this buyer was in control and price shot up and then went back in for discount. You never know when that's going to happen when you're trying to lead a buyer. Really, you always want to follow a buyer, but that's not the point of this video. The point is at 12:30, it comes down here and it closes. We know for a fact that the sellers were in control this entire hour and they close here. That means that's where the selling stopped. They made a low all the way down here. It pushed back up. Did it reject this level? No, it didn't. It stopped in limbo. But they were coming down here and they got stopped and they got pushed all the way back up to close here. So that means at this point, 276 is that price where the sellers stopped. All right, so when it closes here under 289 and over 214, we know that most likely the next hour we are going to touch 289 or 214. We know that for certain. So we already know that this was the rejection candle on the price chart, right? This was where candle 3 is where the buyers got rejected the lower median. So we know that that's where the selling stopped. So what we want to do is we want to lead the seller. What is the level above the seller close at 276? Is 289. So we're going to put our buy order in right at 289. And when and if we get filled at 289, we don't want it to come back to 214. We're going to have our stop right there. And we're going to have our take profit 2 levels up. So as you can see, the take profit would have been hit. I didn't even add the 2 levels because it's not important. You can do that yourself. But that's how you play it. So hopefully this video is making sense to you.